But ladies and gents, let's get this party started. Here's a couple cool old-fashioned updates. The first things first is we introduced inside of the IC the soap opera sequence that pre-conquers objections. I think it's immensely powerful to get out ahead of objections, not behind them. So example of being behind objections is you're going to buy a Tesla, and in your head, you're like, I can't buy this Tesla because I don't have a charger. That's what your brain says. It cements, it makes an active thinking decision. You communicate that, and then the salesperson rebuttals. Oh, don't worry, we have chargers everywhere. Why don't you pay me money? That type of rebuttal is kosher and fine and great, and that's understood. That's handling a objection after the fact. But if you really want to move the needle in your business and really want to get lead sales and ROI and get somebody really interested in paying you money and saying, oh my God, this is a perfect fit, you actually pre-conquer the objection. You don't wait until they say, I don't have a charger, I can't buy you, and then say, oh, we have chargers everywhere. You get out in front. You know that they will have that objection of, I don't have a charger. So you pre-conquer it by saying, hey, the best part about buying a Tesla is that we have charging stations across the United States, so you're never without a charger. You've pre-conquered that objection, and that movement is much less friction. That movement is much faster and much more dollar-driven when you pre-conquer an objection. I got an inspiration for that idea from Nick Robbins, who's with B-Top Local. He's currently in Boca Raton, Florida. And I'm using that in my own soap opera sequences. And every time I get an objection in my qualification calls, in my demos, in my conversations with my clients, I write it down and I go back and I write an email about pre-conquering that objection. One of the objections that I get is who's doing the follow-up. And that means a real life client that is interested in paying me money, wants to have a conversation, is about to pay me money, is getting emotionally invested in future pace, is saying, whoop, hold up, who's doing the follow-up? It's a huge break in that flow. Knowing that, I write a soap opera sequence saying, we'll do the follow-up for you so you can focus on your clients and customers. I've pre-conquered that objection. Another objection that comes up is, are these leads legitimate? So guess what I wrote? I literally wrote an email saying, are these leads legitimate? ? And I dealt with that in the soap opera sequence. Another example is, how fast does this work? So guess what I put? How fast does this work ? I'm literally knocking out and pre-conquering the objections that a client or customer would use to stop paying me money. It's one thing to deal with those on a sales call and in a demo in the rebuttal phase. It's another thing to bring it up beforehand. And I really challenge everybody here to look back at your qualification calls, your demos, your sales conversations, say like, what objection came up, and write a soap opera sequence. We're seeing Jeremy Reyes, I think that's his name, with Megalodon Marketing. He's really taken that strategy and kind of upped it a lot, and actually actively shoots videos that pre-conquer that. And guess what I'll be doing too? So in my next phase of client getting ads, I'm going to be running an ad saying, what's going on, blank niche? My name is Jeff Miller. And the coolest part about doing business with us is 1, 2, and 3. Number 1, leads are legit. Number 2, we do your follow-up. Number 3, we guarantee it. Pre-conquer those objections, or even flesh that out in a 30, 60, or 90-second video so that people are interested in paying me money and there's a lot less friction. You'll know that you've removed a lot of friction when people say, this is a no-brainer. This is an easy yes. Let's have that conversation. And so every single client or customer that is on my list that has signed up saying, hey, I'm interested in your direct offer, let's talk, they have barriers of entry along that journey. Just because someone signed up doesn't mean they're interested in paying you money. And you have to pre-conquer those objections. And so I do that for myself as an agency, but I also do it as a service to my clients and customers. And so my soap opera sequence is really about removing reasons why people are interested in paying me money. And so you can do that with emails. You can do that, which is what I'm doing, with ads, with text message, with rebuttals. But the rebuttal in a one-on-one conversation is probably, I would argue, the weakest part of it, because that person has already cemented, they've already figured it out, then they've communicated. You could do it with ads and emails and text messages and things like that. So that's an interesting thing that I'm learning right now and really using in my agency. I think it took us 6 weeks to go from 0 to 10K, which is pretty darn cool, which just takes 5 clients at 2K a month. You can make an argument that it's 8.5K because we include ad spend, but I just get another client, and then guess what? We're at 10K and any other metric and measurement. All of this is sent to my white labeler. It's pretty darn simple. We even have a cool onboarding area that I'm introducing the IC. So as soon as a client pays you money, you just give them this, and then they work through it, and then your white labeler links kind of like copy and paste, which is really darn fun. That's just kind of like an easy yes, an easy lesson for every single person here. Again, if you're running client getting ads or client getting prospecting engines, whether it's Facebook ads, cold emailing, in-person events, Ravi videos, Facebook profile, whatever it is, you want to pre-conquer those objections by running ads, by running emails, by doing text messages before that objection comes up. I don't care whether you're doing done for you service, done with you, one-on-one coaching, whatever it is. Pre-conquering objections is probably the easiest way to do it. And if you look at Jeremy Ray's, I don't think that's his name. He's with Megalodon Marketing. He used to work for Grant Cardone. He does that. It's damn effective. I'm starting to do it too. And I'll tell you what, it's damn effective. Because when I'm on the phone with these clients, I say like, hey, you know, one of my biggest problems with another agency was this. And I'm super happy you sent that email because like now I'm ready to take a next step. And it's exactly the conversation I had with a company in Arizona who saw my ad. 3 days later, they paid me $2,000. Like that turnaround is damn fast, right? And that's really darn cool. So I just kind of like wanted to talk about that for a bit. Let me take all this stuff out of my pockets. General high fives and hand hugs and all that fun stuff. We got Pedro, what's going on? How are you? Angel Mendoza, Jonathan Heston, Fernando, Wayne, Rusty, Sean Schweier. I think that's right. Sean Schweier. I think that's good. Scott says, does the soap opera sequence go out to everyone? Yes, it does. I don't do anything as advanced as if they have signed up or they haven't scheduled a demo, then they get one sequence or not. That stuff is really, I would put in the brain trash bucket. Like that's arguing about percentages of like, maybe I can get a little bit more or a little bit less. And I go, nope, there's no reason to let that sink into your head. If somebody has signed up and not paid you money, send the soap opera sequence. If somebody has signed up and paid you money, send them the soap opera sequence. Remind them that you exist. If somebody signed up and not do quality fault, send the soap opera sequence. So every single person that's on my list is getting all these soap opera sequences. I think I've pre-conquered 9 objections so far, and it's working. And I'm looking at the open rates. It's damn good. And I know it's working because people are texting me back saying that was good stuff. So Scott, the answer to your question is yes, every single person. And if you have a problem or a challenge about like, I write a soap opera sequence and then like I have to write all of it to then send it, that is incorrect. You can write one email at a time and then just keep adding to it using the wait trick. So here's an example. You have day 1, day 2, day 3. Most people who don't move fast or failure focused or worried about all this stuff will write their 3 emails and then say, oh, it's ready for release. I don't do that at all. I use something called the wait trick. So I'll write one email and do a wait. I'll be like, everybody in the sequence has to wait 999 days. Cool. And then when I'm ready to write the second email, I do a second wait and turn this wait into the email. Now everybody gets a second email. Write the second email. We've got a 999 wait. We're good. Nobody leaves that sequence. It's like a factory. Nobody's going to leave it. And then when I've got that third email ready to go, I do another 99 wait, and then I change this into that email. And I continue on again and again and again and again. And it really helps remove the make it perfect and then turn it on kind of thing. And really helps you move into a position where like, hey, let's make progress and let's move forward. So I hope that kind of like clears up some other questions people are going to ask. David Getzer, how you doing? Shanta, what's going on? Towan, man, I am sorry. Your last name, like depending upon who you ask, there's 1.5 million ways to pronounce Nguyen. Nguyen. Nguyen? New? Man, I don't even know. I always get it wrong. Sorry, dude. Good luck. Sorry, man. David Getzinger says, join the IC. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? It's David Getzinger. What's going on? How you doing? I do want to say a lot of people in the IC, David, are very consistently impressed on the quality of the LinkedIn training that you did in the IC. Well done, dude. I'm super happy for your progress. If you haven't left me a testimonial video, do it, and we'll give you access to the new course area. When that is done, we're charging 10 grand for that alone. And since you're part of like the IC back in the day and you bought in, just leave me a testimonial video on the thread and you're going to get access to it. And by the way, David, you will be super psyched about the upcoming masterclass with Jeff Lopez on how to go $0 to $100,000, or his journey on go to $0 to $100,000 using the Empowered Partner process, which I'll be talking about for a bit. Chris Leavitt, how you doing, sir? Howard Tiano, Moiner, Abraham Casals, based out of Miami, Florida. Abraham, when all this Corona stuff is done and gone, I want you to come by the studio, which is right over there, and we're going to do a good old-fashioned Joe Rogan sit-down and hopefully sell a podcast for $100 million. How cool would that be? Moiner says, hey, Jeff, just checking in saying, hi, Moiner, how you doing? Hamid, Sebastian Rusk, based out of Miami, Siobhan, based out of Australia, I think, and Albert Van Niekkurt. says, what's up? James Rivers, what's going on? Scott says, damn, I'm writing this shit today. Yes, you should. Every single person here watching this Lunch and Learn 100% beyond a shadow of a doubt needs to be writing a soap opera sequence that pre-conquers your clients' reasons why they cannot pay you money. I don't care if it's done for you, done with you, one-on-one coaching. I don't care if it's 6 weeks, 90 days. I don't care if it's a $49 product or a $50,000 a year program. Everybody has reasons to not pay you money. You have to disassemble it. And the mistake that every single person makes is like, oh, you know, I'll just make it $97 or $7 or $17, whatever it is. The reasons why people do not pay you money and the objections that they have do not change and do not get lowered magically because you lower your price. Like the reasons why I cannot buy a Lamborghini are not different whether it's a $5,000 Lamborghini or a $500,000 Lamborghini. I've got a goddamn speed bump outside of my hallway, and you know what? Tough. So I'm going to be driving that Lamborghini, and that's an objection. They have to deal with that. So I hope that makes a lot of sense. Every single person here should be writing a soap opera sequence. You don't have to be good at writing soap opera sequences. In the IC, we have like 12 that you just use, either for agency or for client. It's pretty darn awesome. Jeremy, how you doing, sir? Nick Vandestan, been a while. How are you? James River says PPP. Yeah, dude. The Power Partner Prospecting Master, there's too many P's. It's pretty darn cool. Tickets are in the description. It's $97, Friday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. We go live then. We're going to put you in a pop-up group. There's a Q&A call after, 3 days after, and then we close the pop-up group 14 days after. The purpose of the pop-up group is not to like have unlimited one-on-one access with me and Jeff Lopez, but really to make sure that you're taken care of and you get what you paid for. And we can't deal with PMs and tickets and stuff like that. It's just easier to put that in a pop-up group. So we go live Friday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. He's going to be showing you how he set up his Power Partner, how his Power Partner does the sales call for him, the client support for him, the Q&A. He has a Power Partner Academy. He has a Client Academy, and he's used the same process to go into a new niche. And I think he just broke 30K within 2 months of a brand new niche in the middle of Corona. So it's $97. You're gonna absolutely love it. There's as always, a 14-day money-back guarantee. You should absolutely 100% do it. The master classes that we do, I pay a lot of money to bring someone who has a unique skill set and teach my IC so that the IC is always up to date. And as an incentive, so I can pay them even more money, we sell tickets. We are not putting this up for resale. Everybody who gets a ticket will get a replay. You'll get an individual customized course area just for you within 14 days. You should be doing it. This is not going up for resale. In fact, we're going to be removing the store. So if you're curious about it, just take action. Just get your tickets now. There's no reason to be waiting. Like if all you got was like 4 or 5 scripts, then you'd be good. If all you got was like, this is how you send emails to potential power partners so they sell for you, come on, guys. It's going to be awesome. Towan says, do you white label customer research? If not, do you still present it in your demos? I personally do not white label customer research, but I know people in the IC do. We use customer research to, again, disassemble a reason why somebody does not want to pay us money or believes we should not be paid money. So my new niche, there's like really weird geographies, like neighborhoods are different, who have different needs for this unique niche. It would be like the difference between like selling bikes at New York versus bikes in LA versus bikes in Miami versus bikes in like Louisiana. You think it's like whatever, no big deal. But all these bike people think that everything is so unique and different. Like there's no way it would work here as opposed to working over here. I go, look, Mr. Johnson, I understand. I'm not the bike shop expert. You are. All I'm going to be doing is running customer research to know if your campaign will work neighborhood by neighborhood before it goes live. So you're going to give me your best performing zip codes. I'm going to make the results better. What do you say? There are people in the IC that are charging $1,500 for a one-time customer research. And that naturally leads into their done-for-you Facebook ads as a service. I do not white label customer research. I have a masterclass that shows you how to do it. I hope that answers your question, and I don't know if it does, but sure, there you go. Rusty says, I just bought my Power Partner ticket. Yeah, Rusty, you're going to absolutely love it. Jeff Lopez his goal is to make this a masterclass that beats out a $500 course area. That's like his goal. So immediately getting a bang for your buck, which is cool. Moiner says, quick question, what software are you using to send your proposals? I'm currently using DocuSign, thinking of transition to PandaDoc. Have you tried PandaDoc? Yeah, I use PandaDoc, but I don't use it the way that everybody else uses it. I've not yet built up the automations. So I can go into high level, drag it to send a proposal, and then it magically sends the proposal through PandaDoc or DocuSign. When somebody says, yes, I'm interested in buying, you have to sell, I do two things. The first is I do a squeeze. And so that means like, hey, Mr. Johnson, I'm super psyched to send you a proposal. I want to let you know a couple things. The first is that we are actively advertising for clients in your area. You saw that, right? You saw our ads. We want a client in Arizona. We were actively looking for a client in Arizona. So I'm going to send you this proposal, but I want to let you know, if you take too long to turn on this proposal, we will give your slot away. And the reason why we do that is because we have exclusivity. So you're going to claim all of Arizona or all of Tucson, but I've got other Tucson appointments coming up Thursday and Friday. I'm going to be telling the same exact thing unless you return this proposal within 24 hours. If you want to lose your spot, and I'm not trying to screw you, I'm just saying this. If you want to lose your spot, you're going to wait. If you want to guarantee your spot, you're going to return it in 24 hours. I'm just letting you know because I don't want you paying this on Friday and me calling you up and saying, hey, Tuff, we got to send your customers this order. Does that make sense? And then I send a proposal. And then I log into PandaDocs, copy and paste, and send it. And what's funny, by the way, is I haven't quite yet figured out how to integrate the signature and the payment. So it's literally a PandaDoc with a PayFunnels link. That's it. It's the same proposal for everybody, which is really just a receipt style list of everything that they get. I'm not trying to sell it anymore or anything like that. So Moiner, that's a long-winded answer to your question. I'm still using PandaDoc, but I don't just send proposals hoping people pay money. I haven't done any cool integrations. I haven't done anything about signing and then the next step is automatically like a PayPal or Stripe thing. Nope. It's literally I give them that squeeze script. I go into PandaDoc, copy and paste, and send it. That's it. I don't even have a signature line. It's just, if you agree to this, pay here, and we'll get started immediately. That's it. Moiner says, I see PandaDoc set for the IC somewhere. Yeah, I kind of hint at it in the, I think in the sales area where I say, this is how, this is my proposal. But honestly, it's not as hard as you think. With it 15 minutes of dicking around, it's super darn fast. When I build out the automations between high level where it's like, send a proposal, then it should trigger correctly. But I got to bring in some automations expert to figure it out. I don't want to like mess it up and give it everybody the IC and be like, oh, it's tough, right? So it's easier than you think. I still do it manual process. If you're sub 10 or 15 clients, embrace the manualness. Don't try to make everything automatic. Don't try to make everything automated. It ain't going to work for you. You're going to spend too much time trying to trust software. Just literally just send it up by hand. That's what I'm doing. And we went from $0 to $10,000 in 6 weeks. Just send the proposals by hand. It's fine, right? Sean says, what's the general percentage conversion flow in the prospecting engine? I know niches that can be different, but my intro call to demo call is 6 to 10%. Many are unqualified. I think I need to switch and get qualified prospects or switching niches. So if I'm understanding, Sean, what you're telling me is out of 100 qualification calls that you'll do, only 10 will be good enough for a demo. If that's the case, something is definitely funky. You really should be looking for 20 to 25%. So 1 out of 4, 1 out of 5. If your qualification calls and your demo calls are all sorts of janky, as in what you've got right now, you are probably not either A, having a strong enough direct offer. If you have a strong enough direct offer, that will pull people into paying you money. So you may be running to a scenario like, hey, get 30 qualified leads in 90 days or less or something like that. That's not a particularly strong offer anymore. You're going up against people like me that are saying booked appointments, guaranteed customers. Alex Ramosi is saying guaranteed show up so you don't pay. So like if you have a weak offer, people will still sign up, still waste your time, but not want to do a demo. You need a really, really, really strong offer. That's number one. Number two is you need to do what's called an asshole text or a welcome text. And that is just simply an automatic text message saying, hey, I want to confirm this is what you want, which is my direct offer. And it's so funny. This is the same thing I shot earlier today. Great question. I want to confirm this is what you want. I only really view those as somewhat qualified, the people that respond yes or no. So I'm not looking at like 15 people that signed up and then calling back 15 and calling them qualification calls. That's such a false positive. And if I told my clients like, hey, you have to call back everybody, they'd be like, no, I'm not doing that. Tough. I'm only calling qualified people. So Sean, you may be doing that scenario where you've got a weak offer that's really incentivizing people to sign up saying, hey, click here, sign up to learn more, when it should be, hey, do you want this direct offer? 10 to 15 Invisaligns sold every single month, guaranteed. Do you want this direct offer? If yes, click here, right? And then an automation trigger saying, hey, just want to confirm you want to sell 10 to 15 more Invisaligns every single month. Is that correct? Yes. then that starts my qualification, right? That's where I'm having that conversation. Great. How many Invisaligns are you doing every single month? How much are you charging? What's your goal? Would you like to schedule a demo? When I do that, I'm getting 1 out of 4 turning into a demo, and I'm closing 1 out of 2 or 1 out of 3 demos. And that should be your thought process. I think what could be happening for you and maybe everybody else here, and again, caveat, I haven't seen your stuff. I don't know. You're not part of the IC, so I can't like check it and make sure it's working according to like an industry standard or what's already working and the recipe behind it. I'm just making the assumption that like you're probably doing, hey, sign up for more information and we'll call you back. Wouldn't that be great? Which is overly friendly and is a good has good signups, but really bad qual calls and really bad demos. And now I'm not in the business of getting an F ton of people on my list. I'm in the business of getting demos. So I start with the demo, which is, do you want to buy this? And then the qualification call is, just want to confirm you want to buy this, right? And my ad is a direct offer saying, hey, can we do this? So I hope that makes a lot of sense. You could be having that problem. I'm trying to answer this question in a way that makes a lot of sense for you and everybody else as well. If not, I've totally missed the mark, but that's just my suspicions. Again, you could be having, you have to string along your direct offer through that whole process. And then my qualification calls are 1 out of 4, maybe 1 out of 5. And my demos are 1 out of 2, 1 out of 3. I don't even look at the leads. I don't care, right? At all. I'm not saying somebody signed up, I need to contact them. Nope. Did they respond to that asshole text saying, hey, idiot, are you sure you wanted this? Yes, great, let's talk. Now I'm in a very blue collar niche, so maybe that's not correct. I'm in a very short-tempered niche, so maybe that's not correct. I'm in a very low education niche, so maybe that's not correct. But what I've discovered is that when I send that text message saying, hey, do you want this? Just confirming. Well, then my qual calls and my demos work a lot better. In fact, I looked at the numbers and every single person that paid me money said yes to that asshole or welcome text. So I hope that makes a lot of sense. So people are sending PMs, things like that. For everybody that's interested in getting the Power Partner Prospecting Masterclass, there's a link above. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up again real fast because I just got 2 PMs about it. I'm not against you PMing me, but it's like really not a good way of getting a response. I'll copy and paste that right there. So again, this is the Power Partner Prospecting Masterclass with Jeff Lopez. Went from 0 to 30 clients at $3K a month each. I think he's at 35 clients now. Almost entirely handled by his Power Partner. We did an interview about it. 14-day money back guarantee. I think we've had 2 people in the entirety of all of our masterclasses ever ask for their money back, and it's because they didn't even show up or even bother. Shanta says, should I ever collect a deposit and the client pays off the rest after 2 weeks? It's possible. I've had people say that. I've had people say like, hey, could you do a deposit? And I'm like, I'm not sure what you mean. Can you help me understand? They're like, could I put half now down and half later? And I would always say yes to that. But it's a definite red flag for me. Not a deal breaker, but a red flag. I will not start a campaign after it's paid. So they can put like, so the narrative, Shanta, will be something like, Mr. Johnson, that sounds great. When would you like to start? I want to start today. Okay, great. Here's your proposal. Turn that around and we'll get started immediately. Oh, but I can't do that. I only have like 50%. I only have $1,000. Okay, that's fair. Why don't you take care of the 1,000? We'll start building out your campaign halfway. When you got the rest, we'll turn your campaign on. Is that okay? Great, go for it. If somebody is coming in saying, I only want to pay half, or I can only pay half, and I want the campaign to start and then hopefully make money, I don't think in the history of the IC or the history of this public group, or in my coming up 4 years of experience with this, or anybody that I talked to, has that ever turned out in a positive manner. That's not a deposit, by the way. That's just like a down payment. Hasn't quite worked. But Shanta, you're asking about a deposit. That's 100% fine. So like a good faith, like, hey, I'm gonna put down a $500 deposit, save my spot. You stop prospecting for other people and pay it off 2 weeks. That's kosher. The reason why I answer that, by the way, is some people confuse deposit with down payment. I'm really not a fan of put that down payment on and then we start work and then we get it 2 weeks later. Not a fan. But if somebody's just putting a good faith deposit, that's 100% cool. Ollie says, struggling to communicate the value of my offer to more traditional business owners like roofers and home. I seem to scare them away with the dark magic of social media. Dude, I love the way you type. Especially for roofers. How would you approach the pitch so that they bite? Ollie, it makes total sense. I try not to have any dark magic. I try to have no technical skills. I do not even bring up Facebook ads other than saying online advertising, and I don't show them my CRM except for the automatic text back. I do not employ any level of technical mumbo jumbo. I do not do anything advanced. My slide decks, by the way, literally say like, this is the stupid, simple system that just works. And when you think of the reasons why people don't pay you money, it's you, me, or the thing. I don't trust you to do what I deliver, to do what I want. I don't trust me to do what I want, which is like, I have a problem going to the gym, so I'm not going to sign up. Or the thing, which is I don't believe this is going to work. If they don't believe this is going to work, they're not going to buy. Like, I don't believe this Tesla actually has an engine in it, so I'm not going to buy it. End of discussion. I don't believe that this laptop right here, that this Mac, that this camera will actually get what I want, so I'm not going to buy. And when you use techno mumbo jumbo, you probably are doing some dark magic, and they don't believe it. And it's not a communication of value kind of thing. It's, do I understand what you're trying to do and ultimately solve my problem? So Ollie, instead of trying to communicate value, which I think is a shortcut way of failing, instead of saying, I'm trying to communicate value, what you should be saying is, does my customer feel like I understand their problem? Does my customer know of the offer and the problem I'm trying to solve? Does my roofer know that my goal is to get them 10 to 15 more phone calls and booked appointments every single month? If they understand that, you're good. That's step number one. You're good right there. The second thing is, do they understand how it's going to work? What's your 3-step system, your 4-step system? Don't show them effing any split tests. None. I have one screenshot of an ads manager. That's it. Do not try to show them anything about multivariate or colors or an advanced lead magnet or a 17-step system with value ladders. Don't show them that. Like that, you've been taught wrong, and it's unfair and it's bad. That would be like a plastic surgeon saying, hey, I know you don't want me to redo your nose right now, but I really need to hit my sales goal. So let me tell you how the surgery is going to work. Can I open up YouTube and show you a nose job? Yeah, it's really, really cool. That may be the communication that you're accidentally giving off, like that type of like, I'm not communicating that A, I understand that you don't want a nose job. And even if you did, I'm not listening. And C, guess what? Tough, because I want to sell it to you anyway. Instead of like going through that path, just one, make sure that they understand your offer. 2, make sure that they understand that you understand. And 3, they understand the thing. And you're going to get about 90% of the way of signing somebody. We got somebody in the IC that just signed a roofing client. I see roofing ads all the time. I know people in my coaching program that are like 0 to 100K in 6 months using roofing clients. And it's literally because they employ a stupid, simple system that just works. I was on the phone with somebody in the IC that's going after kitchen remodeling. And it's so funny. Like, there's this like good guy from Kentucky, like, hey, just want to let you know my name is Jeff. And, we've got this other company, like Lead Masters or something. They put like an overlay on our site so they could see what's clicking on. And it's a whole bunch of techno mumbo jumbo. And I don't particularly care because guess what? My phone's not ringing. And this guy, the IC, can then goes and say, great, let me tell you why I'm qualified. And then lists like all of his qualifications and really cool 15-step technical advanced system. Like, no, man, your client doesn't understand that. He literally does not understand it and just said he does not want to understand it. So Ollie, you may grasp on one of the things that a couple sentences or one of the things I just went over, and I hope that makes a lot of sense. Ideally, I think what's going on is you're not coming in with a stupid, simple system. It needs just work. They need to understand it. They need to believe that they can do it. So just call back the appointments. Do not show them the CRM. I swear to God, if you show them another CRM, that's another time where they think I can't do it or the thing can't get it done. Do not show them the CRM. They're going to have to use it. Do not show it to them as part of the onboarding. And then finally, number 3, they have to trust you, and you can use that through the soap opera sequence or KLT campaigns. Ultimately, when you try to communicate the value, you're probably just trying too hard to give them too much stuff when you should be saying, hey, this is your offer. Do you want this? Do you understand how this works? When would you like to start? That's what we go over in the IC and things like that. Oh, by the way, ladies and gents, if you're part of the IC or attending the Power Partner Masterclass, can you hashtag PPP so other people know that this is like a real legit thing, that like it's worth the $97 and it's gonna be a damn good masterclass. If you're part of the IC, you get a ticket already. If you just bought a ticket to the Power Partner Prospecting Masterclass, just hashtag PPP, just so other people know that this is a thing. I think there's like a level of comfort in knowing that there's like a crowd. It's not just you on the live and stuff like that. So just hashtag PPP. Lou gives me a star. There we go. Thank you very much. Shanta says down payment. Yeah, Shanta, do not start work until after they pay the full price. Sorry, dude, it ain't gonna quite work out the way you think. I mean, you could take it on knowing that they won't pay you. Maybe you need the cash, which is totally okay, but it's highly unlikely that they're gonna pay. Scott says you're not calling back other leads. That is correct. Scott says, are you just letting the asshole text and soap opera sequence get people on your calendar? I'm getting the asshole text to text me back or to generate inbound text messages. I will do a asshole text probably once every 6 weeks, either automatic when they sign up or every 6 weeks with something else. And that's it. Effectively, the soap opera sequence does link to my qualification page, or sorry, my qualification calendar. So yes, Scott, by the way, I dropped a walkthrough inside of the IC. You get all my soap opera sequences right there, and you get to see me do it. I haven't quite figured out how to remove my info from high level yet. Every time I share it, my phone number's in there. So yeah, there you go. Moiner says, is the Panda Doc set up on the IC somewhere? There's a video walkthrough. I'm not kidding, Moiner. It's my proposal put inside of the IC, maybe overthinking it. Just sign for Panda Doc 14-day trial and work through it, and you'll be easier than you think. Lee says, I just signed up. Lee, you're going to have a great time. Lee says, I love your attitude and directness. Yeah, I'm a big fan of just like, this is the box. This is it. This is what we're talking about. This is in theme or in not. I don't know why it fits me so well, but I damn like it. It's really darn cool. Lee says, we have 8 dental clients. Would always love to do a better job with them. So Lee, if that's the case, you're in a really cool position because Jeff Lopez will be showing you how to approach one of them as a power partner. And dentists know dentists. They just need an extra. And then they're going to start signing up all their dental friends. We first discovered the idea of like a power partner with one of the guys in the IC that did $25,000 in 2 weeks. And we're like, how the hell did you do that? He's like, I have no idea. Like this guy just sent me all this referral business. I was like, man, that's a powerful partnership. And then we coined the term power partner. And then Jeff Lopez weaponized it. And his plan is to hit 500K a month with his agency. I'm like, man, 500K a month with your agency? Like, damn, that's effing cool, right? Like, that's damn cool. Howard Tiano says, how about showing them a diagram of your system? No, I do not show them any diagram. Nothing like that. Not at all. Diagrams might work if they have to walk into your office and they're stuck for an hour and cannot leave and they can focus and not look at their screen, but you're doing Zoom calls and like their text message pops up and they're already half paying attention. Nope. I do not do any diagram. I do no system maps. That is like internal flexing stuff. That is like what like car people do to show to other car people that they're is bigger. They're like, look at all these like cool dials and dashboards and how we routed the, I don't even know how cars work. That's how sneakerheads like brag to each other about how cool they are. Like, look at all the cool stuff in the sneakers, or painters talk about the different metallic compounds of their paint, or like why watch people be like, oh my God, this is so amazing. I'm like, this is a $47 Kohl's watch, but like, or Michael Kors watch, but they're like, oh my God, look at all the, like the moon thing. Like the way to flex on each other in industry is different than flexing on each other outside of industry. Howard, I don't know your background as much as I should. We've only met like once or twice. I know you're part of other coaching programs, but I will tell you, like, if I ever showed my current clients or my future clients a diagram, they'd be like, nope, right out of the gate. Drew says, it seems to be simple for best for roofers or blue collar. That's for sure. We've got 5, 10, 15. We got a bunch of people joining the Power Partner Masterclass. That's going to be damn cool. Joe says, this might be dumb or not. We're going to find out really learn fast. But if I want to be selling leads, how would I sell to a company that gets like 50 leads a day, turns a 10 quotes a day, and a few signed deals per day? They do 300K a month and want to go 600K without adding a ton of moving parts. I don't know how to help, but I want to. Yeah, so if you're trying to sell a certain number of leads, that's a pay per lead engagement. I don't have explicit background in it, but there seems to be a trend coming up. Like more people are interested in doing pay per lead. I know somebody in the IC is doing it. They're doing like 5 to 10K a day, and 50% of that goes in their pocket. I know somebody skyrocketed their agency by going from a retainer model with real estate agents that is like $1,000 or $1,500 a month and having 200 clients to having just 30 clients that he charges $10,000 to $15,000 a month each. And it's all pay per lead, right? But I wish I could tell you more, man. I know nothing about pay per lead. My entire background is flat rate, and I'm a big fan of it. And until I start experimenting with pay per lead or find a pay per lead partner, I can't talk about it with any level of confidence or endorsement. But I know there are people in this group that do pay per lead, and specifically for non-e-commerce, specifically for lead gen. So you may have to do some look-ins or post up like, hey, who's the best pay-per-lead guy? There is and this is not an endorsement. I'm fucking making air quotes for emphasis. I'm not endorsing this. There's a bald dude, and I don't know his name, but he's got a pay-per-lead course. I don't know anything about it. I just see his name come up again and again. I wish I knew more. And I did get hit with a guy that's doing systematize, but spelled with a Z. Let me look this up right now. Maybe this is what you're looking for. Systematize. What is this dude's name? I was just watching it earlier today. Hold on. History. I'm going to find this for you right now. No, that's HVAC. I'm going to find it real fast. I'm off screen, fellas. Oh, okay. So I was getting hit with the ads for setupmyads.com with Vince Reed. Not an endorsement. I'm not saying you should be paying him money. Nothing like that. That's all I know. And the other guy, thank you, Howard, is Dan Wardrop. Dan something. Dan Wardrop. Wardrope. There you go. Thank you, Manel, and Howard, and James. Again, not an endorsement. Don't know anything, but that's the power of ads, so we're talking about it, right? There you go. Let's see what else. Got a bunch of PPPs. Very cool. Yeah, this masterclass is going to be damn cool. Very, very cool. Okay, so a bunch of people are saying it's Dan Wardrop. And just to be nice, I'm going to put Vince Reed's name in the comments. Vince Reed's. Again, this is not an endorsement. Do not buy their stuff or pay them money. Be like, Jeff said so. It's just because of ads. That's it. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, I wanted to spend like 5-10 minutes or so talking about how he introduced 2 new ads and got 10 new agency leads in 48 hours in the process that I go through. This is massively powerful for people who have like CPLs that shoot through the roof, or ads that results that go down, or you know, it's just not performing anymore, or I don't know what's happening. Like, is the niche, what do they call when there's like too many people in the niche, or like is it I don't know. I mean, there's too much competition or something like that. I do not believe that you will ever run into an oversaturated niche. That's the term I was looking for. If you do the following, and there's 3 steps, and I'm not doing my Google slides because I think if you are listening this to audio, you will now have an unfair advantage. It's damn cool. And this is the same process I've used to constantly reiterate the ads that I'm using for my new niche, and I'm beating out my competition. Even people inside of the IC who can see my ads are not innovating fast enough to beat me out, which is like pretty darn interesting. The first things first is I am screenshotting the first, second, and third ad that I see on Facebook on desktop and mobile every single day. Those are the best ads. Those are the ads that Facebook says, you should buy that stuff. It's a great fit for you. Have a good time. Screenshot that, put into your swipe file. I've got on Google Drive, it's literally called Ads I Like. It's thousands of ads long. Whenever I run into a scenario where like, oh, I should be creating an ad, guess what I go to? I go there. And because I'm doing the first 3 ads at the beginning and the end of the day, or whenever I see something smart, I screenshot it, put it in there. By the end of an average working day, I've got like 10 new ad sets on my desktop. Drop them all into the ads manager. That's number 1. Screenshot the top 1, 2, 3 ads on your desktop and mobile. You will always have new ad ideas, new formats, new angles, all that fun stuff. That's number 1. Number 2, introduce new ads on a weekly basis. I'm not kidding, a weekly basis. Russell Brunson not run the same ads from 6 months ago. Sam Evans, not the same ads from a year ago. Dan Henry, not the same ads from 6 weeks ago. Hell, even like Alex Becker that's doing millions of dollars a month, he's got like $500,000 a month in recurring income. It is nothing to. Always introducing new ads. The second thing is you're always going to be doing, guess what? Introducing new ads. I'm saying it again. Always introduce new ads. With what, Jeff? How do I introduce new ads? Go to your swipe file and just start getting some inspiration, getting some interesting ideas, and have a good time. I saw an ad from King Kong in Australia, $5 leads. Got my attention. So guess what I'm doing for a new niche? $5 leads. Let's see if we can have that conversation. There's a roofing company that it literally has a guy in a not a bikini, a jockstrap, a Speedo with a shotgun or a rifle or something like that, and a gator. Oh my God, I should do that ad. I can literally just mock something up on the internet, stands out, have a good time, and use the first 3 words or the first 3 sentences or first 3 ideas. I saw another ad for a dental implant company. Can we add $10,000 a month to your dental office's monthly production? Guess what I did for my new niche? Can we add $10,000 a month to your new niche monthly production? I saw a bunch of ads saying exclusive, non-shared, geographic, consistent, reliable, phone calls, pickups, all that stuff. Every single week, I'm introducing new ads that make a lot of effing sense based upon the first 1, 2, or 3 ads Facebook shows me. Again, here's the connection. You want to have an ad that's awesome and amazing, makes a lot of sense. I'm not smart enough to create ads, but I am smart enough to copy people. I should not use the word copy, but you're an adult, you know what I mean, right? Number 1, first 3 screenshots, first 3 ads, screenshot, desktop, and mobile, your job is done. Whenever you run into a scenario where like, I need to create a new ad, do not employ the creative part of your brain. Not a good idea. That stuff's only good from like 9 to 11 in the morning. After that, it's like fighting a fire. Not a good idea. Introduce a new ad based upon the first 3 that you saw. Add 10K a month production. Get 15 phone calls. Guaranteed show-ups, 30 show-ups in 30 days. New AI system, whatever is like being inputted into you from Facebook from those top 3. Those are your best 3. And finally, the third thing is bring up new ads very, very quickly. I'm always introducing 3 by 3. I don't know if this is Dennis Yu's framework or IFBB, Frank Kern framework. I'm not sure. But every time I introduce a new ad, it's a new ad, and then I have 3 different versions. Same offer, same message, same headline. So if it's like add 10K a month to your blank office's production, there you go. 3 different pictures. That's it. That's all you have to do. I did that. I introduced 2 ads. I got 10 agency leads in 48 hours. I think I paid like $8 or so for a client getting in. That's awesome. And you know what I ended up doing? I accidentally used the same strategy 3 weeks ago, introduced the 10K whatever, and landed an Arizona client that paid me $2,000 in 36 hours. So for everybody watching this, here's your unfair advantage that you're going to use to beat out everybody. Screenshot those suckers, introduce a new ad, 3 by 3. That's not 3 by 3. It's 1 by 3. I don't know. But introduce a new ad, have a good time, 3 different pictures, your job is done. And Jim is saying, do you create a new ad, duplicate a winning ad, and then editing it? I do nothing like that. I'm not smart enough to even try to understand. I don't mean that condescendingly. What you mean, like I don't do that. All I do is click, go to my campaign, go to my list, or go to my ad set, which has like my list and all that, and then create a new ad. And then I just start writing a new ad. Oh, there's a picture. There are some words, let's go. And then I duplicate it, change the photo, duplicate it, then change the photo. And those are the 3 ads that are running. Done. No big deal. And I don't particularly care if one ad takes off or not. I really care if people end up paying me money. And here's the kicker. Here's your 15-second clip, cut, bit, I don't know, something like that. Every single time somebody has paid me money from my new niche, it's like, hey, Jeff, I've been seeing your ads everywhere. I say like, hey, which one stood out? And they're like, I don't know, man. We saw one with your talking head, and then we saw one with like your meme, and then we saw one with like the door knocking. It was like, so you saw all of them, right? They're like, yeah, that was pretty cool. I was like, awesome. Let's have that dollar-driven conversation. I didn't say dollar-driven, but you know what I mean. Let's have that demo. My sneaking suspicion is that you cannot simply show the same ad and then expect for that like to keep working. You always have to introduce new ads, new angles, new offers. Out of 100% of people that are going to pay you money, maybe 20% can do it right now. The 80% need a different reason. And here's what's cool. Do you remember earlier I talked about pre-conquering objections with a soap opera sequence? Guess what my ads are doing? They're pre-conquering those objections, which enable people to have better quality qual calls, better quality demos, and turn around proposals even faster than ever before. I hope that makes sense for everybody. I hope that was worth tuning in for 45 minutes or so. If you are interested in getting the $97 masterclass, I would highly recommend it. I vet these people very, very well. I pay them an F ton of money for continued support. And it's highly unlikely you're ever going to get a chance to learn directly from somebody who went from 0 to $100,000 a month using one process, and he's going to show you everything that he can. It's $97. There's a 14-day money-back guarantee. It is absolutely effing fantastic. We go live Friday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. You're going to buy. You're going to get a link to the pop-up group. Type in your email. Give the VA a day or so. She's going to approve you, and then you're in. We've got homework for you to do immediately just to confirm that a couple things, and then we drop a a Q&A call tomorrow, and then we go live Friday. So guess what, ladies and gents? If you are not hitting the goals that you expect, and if you're freaking out because of sales and blah, 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 and just want someone else to sell for you, got two options. One, you can go ahead and be disappointed by you hiring a Dan Locke closer. That's what's going to happen. You're going to be sad, disappointed. Everything's going to be shitty. They're not going to know the industry. They're going to yell at you, and you're going to yell back. You say, this is stupid. We're done. We're gone. And they're going to have huge expectations. Like, I expect to make $100,000 a month, $100,000 a year, or tracking it within 6 to 8 weeks. Or you're going to say like, hey, I can't give you 5 to 10 demos every single day. Or they're going to say these are unqualified people. They're going to fight you the whole way through. Or you just go to your current client and say like, hey, you like our work, right? Well, what if I pay you to refer me to people? And here's the 3 things you need to know. And that's what Jeff Lopez is going to be talking about. So this is not meant for people who are just starting out. This is not meant for people like, I have all this like brain trash, like I can't even move. Like, yo, dude, if you're that type of person, go get sold by Ty Lopez and come back. Like, I don't need to deal with people who are like so emotionally traumatized by somebody saying, oh my God, you have to go to the gym, that they're unwilling to do it. Not for that person. This is only for people who want a power partner. Do you want a power partner? And if you're willing to do it, pay the $97 and join up with the masterclass. It's going to be damn fucking good. I'm going to stick around for about 15 minutes or so. Got any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, ideas? Now is the time. Just use this to kind of pick my brain and see what's up. I can't ever share everything, but it's usually like a really good opportunity to do so. Let's see what else. Brian says, can I still get a ticket from the masterclass? I'll just respond to it right now. Let me go ahead and copy and paste this real fast. Like that. But yeah, I'm gonna stick around until like 1 o'clock or so, and then I got boogie off because I got to sync with my pest control companies. We had a campaign go live. They got their first appointment within 15 minutes, which is cool, and they're tracking 30 actual real life customers. Damn awesome. And I didn't open up Ads Manager. I didn't touch any high level. I didn't touch any of my customers high level, just my agency high level. Everything was sent to my high level guy, or my white labeler who does everything. And it's such like a positive experience working with them. I think I'm gonna introduce like new white label ways of working so that agencies know how to interact with their white labelers, and you'll know if like this is good, or if this is bad, or if this is bad, or this is good. I think I did that backwards, you know what I mean? June says, how do I join the IC? It is a paid program. You can message Brett Watts or Brett Factor X or Louie. It's a paid program. It's damn expensive. It's not for new people. It's for people that want to move fast and move together quickly. We introduce new updates every 2 weeks, but I want to keep this conversation about the Power Partner Prospecting Masterclass or a Q&A and things like that. So feel free to ask whatever questions that you like. All good. I don't care if it's new or old. Go for it. Somebody says, would the guy that does $300K a month be a good power partner or something like into? I don't see why not, but I can't guarantee that process. I know that power partners tend to be good with local lead gen companies, not necessarily pay per lead companies. I'm not sure, but hey, maybe it could work. You know what I mean? If you're having conversations about the difference between where you are and where you want to be, the only thing stopping you is $97. Just buy the ticket. You know what I mean? Zach says, can I get a summary of this just arrived? No, Zach, you cannot. It's 45 minutes, going on 49 minutes. I've got 10 minutes left, but feel free to go ahead and take a look at the bullet points above my head or this way, I think. Chris says, at what point do you pause your current ad to run an ad with a new copy? I introduce new ads every single week, and then I compare the results. If it's kind of close, I default to the new ad. If it's horrifically bad, then I turn off the new ad and keep last week's ad. Using that process, I'm always finding a new maximum or minimum. And then I'm imagining like 6 months from now, I'll just turn them all on and see what happens, let Facebook figure it out. But for the most part, your plan, Chris, is always to introduce a new ad on a weekly. So you can see them inside IC. Who's from Las Vegas? See them inside the IC, introduce new ads on a weekly basis. You'll have access to all of them. But what the thought process behind is, like, let's say I introduce a new ad on Monday. I let it run until next Monday and then compare it with the most previous ad set. If it's close, I default to the new ad because it's a new angle, a new message, a new offer, all that fun stuff. If it's horrifically bad, I default to last week's ad, and then I'm always introducing a new ad. Like this Friday, I've got, I think, 3 or 4 different samples or examples I'm going to be using. And I even just did like a screen flow tutorial on how to do the top bar and bottom bar and stuff like that, which I'll be introducing as well. Like the 3 expert secrets to blank niche, getting blank result and stuff like that. More so if you're on a qualification call and you're getting some objectives or pain points, or this is what I wish I had type conversations, that's also really darn good ads, especially for your 3 secret ads and things like that. Zach says, I meant a link or something. Yeah, dude, I'll just kind of put it right here. This will walk you through. It's got an agenda. It's got an overview video. As soon as you purchase a ticket, you'll be put into a pop-up group, and then there'll be more information there. You can take a next step if you'd like. Let me go ahead and check what's going on with all this stuff real fast. Hold on, ladies and gents. All right, I think we're good. Oh, cool. My cold emailing campaign just got 13 positive replies. Look at that. That's awesome. Howard says, how will be notified regarding the PPP Q&A tomorrow? So it is a Q&A drop, which is like, what's the number one thing you want us to review on the Power Prospecting Masterclass? And so it's just a Facebook post. I'll pin it to the top, and then you can just start dropping questions in there, and we make sure to go over them on the live. So that goes up tomorrow. So there's not like a notification. It's just go to the group, and we leave it up for like 24 hours or something like that. And then during the call, we also have a Q&A option. So people can drop questions, and we do it live. And then there's a Q&A second form, I think 3 or 4 days. No, that's not true. Not 3 or 4, like a week later. And then that type of process. What's interesting, by the way, with the most previous masterclass, I totally dropped the ball. Like I totally forgot about the second Q&A call, so I have to resync with the instructor. But we'll make sure they're taken care of as well. But yeah, there's 3 opportunities for Q&A. Q&A drop on the live, and then the follow-up as well. We've got about 8 minutes, and then I got to boogie off. We'll see what happens. Somebody else. This is the 3rd live inside of the IC today. Like people are closing damn deals. This one is by Jonathan Nieto. I can't really see what he's doing, but every time he goes live, he closes like a 2K deal. And he actually downsells into customer research for $1,500 just to get the ball rolling, which is awesome. James Rivers says, I love the t-shirt. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, I've got like 7 t-shirts, and that's it. I had to pull out the one nice t-shirt I had for my date last night, which didn't turn out the way I expected, right? Yeah, dating in your 30s is tough. Mostly because of expectations. Like, show up on time and be an adult. Things like that, right? Who knows? Let me kind of scroll through the chat real fast, and we'll see what's up. Joe about PPP. Trey says, join the IC. Marilyn says, join the IC. Marilyn just broke 10K, by the way, so mad congrats, Marilyn. Good job. She went from 0 to 10K, I think, in like 7 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that, in the middle of Corona, in the middle of Spain. Like, hot damn, right? See what else is going on. Zach has a question, answered that. Chris has a question, answered that. Rusty says, definitely tell the prospect, let's have a dollar-driven conversation. Yep. Trevor says, I got hit with your niche ads. I'm not even in a niche. Yeah, Trevor, like some marketer liked my stuff, and now the custom or sort of lookalike audience is going all sorts of crazy. So I'm going to go in and fix that real fast, but I'm trying to keep it on the DL. So like try not to share the love. You know what I mean? It's just, it's hard for me to be in my seat and be honest, saying I did this without anybody's help. When like people are like helping, I'm trying to like just like a proven path to go from 0, no brand, no nothing, just you and a desktop and a webcam, pitching, presenting. And it's much easier for me to be honest with that without having the Ask Fam supporting. I hope that's cool. So if you did get ahead, just kind of keep that on the DL. Chris says, do you continue to increase your Facebook audience size when you create new ad versions, or to continue to use the same ad set and custom audiences? Yeah, so Chris, so go to your lead provider, so like a D7, and pull like a big list of, let's just say, the top 400 plumbers in Florida, the top 400 plumbers in the United States. I should rephrase that. The top 400 cities and all the plumbers in those 400 cities in the US. And you put them as a custom audience and shove them into Facebook ads. At the ad set level, put them in there. From there, that is your custom audience. That's like your master list, right? You then also create a lookalike, but not of that list. A lookalike of people that filled out the form, people that did not fill out the form, people that submitted. That's it. That's your lookalike. And I think I messed up a lookalike, or my guy messed up a lookalike, so that's why it's all going funky. You can add to it by going to the audience and clicking add to a list. But if you've already pulled the top 400, what are you going to add, like top 410, top 420, top 450, something like that? You can go to another lead gen provider and add that in there. I've never had to actually go re-add to my list. There's about 15,000 or so on that list. Facebook identified, I think, 7,000 or something like that. And I don't got 7,000 clients, right? So it's not a audience problem or a list problem. It's an offer and ad problem. So once that's up there and it's working, I don't really touch it. If I only have like the top 100 and I keep adding to it, maybe the top 400, maybe there's part of my brain that's going, oh my God, I need a new list. So I go to a different lead source provider and shove it in there. But for the most part, my brain is saying, I only have 10 clients. Sorry, it's not true. I only have 5 clients with my new industry. How many clients do I have? I think 7. I don't know. I only have like 5 or 7 clients. My new niche. The problem is not the custom audience. The problem is not the lookalike audience. The problem is the new ad. Chris goes on and says, do you continue the same ad set and custom audience? I do continue to use the same ad set. I just introduced a new ad. I turn off the old ad and turn on the new ad. That process is working really, really well for me. And it's consistently pulling out quality qual calls and quality demos out of it. And so if you're looking for like a variation, it's very rarely an audience thing. If you're doing local lead gen, it's usually an ad or an offer thing, assuming like your technical setup is correct. Marilyn says 4 weeks. Oh, it took 4 weeks for her to go from 0 to 10K. Good job, Marilyn. And booked a $1,900 deal today. Marilyn, I think it's time we do a 10K breakdown. I'm going to hit up your calendar tomorrow. We're going to go live in the IC. We're going to give you a shirt. Well done. You put in the work. You got it. Well done. As like a person in the middle of Spain, in the middle of Corona, like full ass lockdown where you can't even leave your block, you beat out the vast majority of people inside of this group. Well done. Good effing job. So I think that's it so far. I've got to sync up with my agency clients. I almost said the niche. I'm trying not to do that. If you want to get your $97 Power Partner Masterclass ticket, $97, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard on Friday. There's no reason why you shouldn't. You're going to love it. I guarantee it. If you hate it, I will refund your money on the spot. You have 14 days to ask for your money back. We've got a Q&A drop. We're going live. You're getting the share funnels. You're getting behind the scenes view. You're going to learn how to get a power partner with a proven process. And Jeff Lopez has used this to power partner from zero. Again, brand new niche, brand new space, power partnered, and made an F ton of money really darn fast. If you do not have a power partner, you are probably missing out on an extra $30 to $300,000 in revenue on a month or yearly basis. Just get the, you know what I mean. Howard says, how do I find the pop-up group? I didn't bookmark it. Yeah, I'll tag you in the group right now. I'll just send it to you. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Go make some money. See you guys later. Bye.